Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John with Flippin' Ain't Easy, and today I want to show you a new feature that eBay has built into their lister, and I think it's maybe just dropped today. I haven't seen it before today, and I think this can help a lot of folks find the market for their items, at least help them find the market for their items. So let's go into any item. Now, you want to go into an item where you haven't sent an offer because what happens is it won't let you make any changes. So I'm going to scroll down underneath my item description, and you see right there where it says auto price reduction. It says new, automatically reduce your item price until you reach a set minimum. So you have to enable the toggle on that to see it. Now, you can lower the price by a certain amount every so many days. So it could be 3, 5, 7, 14, 30 days. And you can say, okay, I want you to do all these things and not go any lower. This is automatically suggesting 116 for the price. So I think that's pretty cool. Now I'm already doing an end item sell similar, but I'm looking for the churn, right? And sometimes I think, like my $149.99 price, I've sold this part before at $149.99, but maybe I sold it to the unicorn buyer who's willing to pay that. Maybe my price point is a little bit high for this particular part. Ignore the stuff to the right, the sold listings in the last 90 days. That's rarely accurate. But if we're looking at the price, prices for, items change, markets change. And it all boils down to what the buyer is willing to pay. So you can say, look, every 7 days, I want to lower this price by $5. But I don't want to go any lower than 120 bucks. Okay, so even though I'm doing an end item sell similar process every month, for the month it's going to drop it down about 20 bucks anyway. By the time I get to end item sell similar, in a month, it's going to be at $129.99 because it's going to go $5 every 7 days. Now you can do it more frequently, 3 days, 5 days. You can just say, you know what, I don't want to do the end item sell similar process, but I do like the idea of being able to lower my price by a certain amount every month and not to go any lower than a certain amount. Now you can leave this blank and it'll keep going down to 0. I wouldn't recommend that. I would put the lowest you're willing to take. If someone came to your door and said, look, man, will you take X amount of dollars for this thing? Would you take that? Now remember, you got fees and stuff that you have to get it, figure into that number. But put your minimum price right there. I would recommend not leaving that blank. So in this case, I guess you could go as low as a cent, every day or every 3 days. You can lower it as much as 50 cents. Whoops, 0.50. Let me see if it'll let me do 50 cents. It seems to allow me to. Let me end this, revise it, and then try to go back to the listing, view listing. Let me revise it, see if it took that, just to make sure you can go into the cents. So yeah, you could do as low as 50 cents every 3 days, and it'll keep bringing the price down, and that'll help your price sensitive folks. For an item like this, it's not worth lowering it by 50 cents every 3 days. But I could say, let's go $2 every 3 days throughout the month. Let's see, go 3 days. That's 10 different times. It should do this in 30 days. So I would be lowering it by 20 bucks the same. So it won't go any lower than 120. So I'll give it a try, and I'll just put $2 every 30 days. This is going to help a lot of people get sales because a lot of us are just priced too high with our inventory. Worth giving it a shot. Now, maybe pricing isn't your issue, but for many people, I do a lot of store reviews, and a lot of times they're just priced on the higher end of their market. And if people are price sensitive looking for a deal, they're going to look at your item and they're going to move on to the next offering. So give it a try. Let me know down below what you think. It's kind of like the idea that I had to where like every 30 days, you know, you want to go in and lower your price by 5% when you're doing the bulk editor or you're doing an end item sell similar. But you're now automating the process. So kudos to eBay for giving us at least the option, whether you want to use it or not, to know that you have that option on slower moving items. I think this is something that you can maybe do for items that you've had sitting in your store for months on end, and maybe you misjudged some items and thought they were going to be hotter items than they're actually performing. And this would allow you to set a minimum and allow you to, you know, keep lowering the price every 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 14 days, or 30 days. Again, let me know what you think. If you like the content that we're putting out, please do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, consider hitting that notification bell so when we go live or make more videos, you're notified. But figuring out new features that eBay may decide to add into their listing software, well, that's yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you very soon. Take care.
Chargebacks, returns, and lowball offers too. Zero takedowns, they're a pain, what can we do? High selling fees, bad buys, and rude buyers galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the thing that is within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll! Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy by your side. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord.